Hello, this is Coach Tim Campbell, and I'm your host for the Self-Made is a Myth, Make a Difference Together show, where we're talking with successful business owners to hear their stories of the journey to building their business. And because we know that success and achievement in our business is not something that we can do on our own, we recognize the folks who helped us to excel. I'm excited to have a fellow business owner from Indiana with us today. My guest enjoys painting and reading. Others say that she's a multitasker extraordinaire, and she is most proud of raising her wonderful children while also starting a business and building it. Please join me in welcoming Lisa to the show today.
Thank you.
Awesome, Lisa. It's so great to have you with us today, sharing your stories. Let's start with, tell us a little bit of your background, your personal story, where you were born, where you live, about your family, and maybe some of your hobbies.
All right. Well, I was born in Elkhorn, Wisconsin, and my family, we moved all over the place. I was raised in the Midwest, and then when I was a junior in high school, we moved to Montana. That was a big change for me.
I bet.
Beautiful place. Loved it. But as a junior in high school, that was a bit difficult for me. But then we transitioned back to Michigan, and we were there. So I went to college there and was there for a long time till about I was 32 or so. And then I met my husband now online. And we decided to begin our business. And that's where this crazy ride took us. Some of my hobbies, I love volleyball. I coached volleyball for many, many years while my children were growing up and working. I love reading and just got back into painting and love that in my downtime. Takes all the stress away and really enjoy that. So that's what I've been doing.
Wonderful. And how many children do you have?
Well, between my husband and I, we have 8. He had 5 and I have 3. So yes, it's wonderful.
That is awesome.
Yes.
Yes. Fantastic. And what's your husband's name?
My husband's name is Jeff Turner.
Wonderful. All right. Well, is there with a family that large, I'm sure the answer is yes, but is there a funny story that your family likes to tell about you that you'd be willing to share with us?
Yes, I was thinking about, but this one popped in my head right away because they love this. One time I cooked ginger meatballs, and it was just something that we wanted to try. So I made this recipe and put it on the table, and everyone was very leery of trying this recipe. And Jeff took a bite and he was like, oh goodness. And the kids were all leery, and the dogs wouldn't even eat the ginger meatballs. So yes, it is a story that will live on forever. So the dogs wouldn't even, and dogs eat everything, you know, but they wouldn't eat the ginger meatballs. So pizza it was. So
there you go.
Pizza, so.
I love it. Well, thank you for sharing that with us. So Lisa, tell us about how the business came about and at what point did you have the confidence that you could run your own business?
It's a wonderful story because my father was in the ServiceMaster business, and I was running a McDonald's. I had just transitioned through all the training and working through McDonald's for 16 years and kind of was getting a little overwhelmed with that stress of the restaurant management and working evenings and that type of thing. And he's like, why don't you come work for me? So my dad had a position, and I was able to come and run his office and work for him for a couple of years. And Jeff and I were getting together and planning on getting married, and I was transitioning to Indiana, and we're like, okay, let's start our own business. And he had been running his own business with marketing and sales and that type of thing. And I had always wanted to run my own business. So we talked about this type of business. There wasn't one in the area where we live, which is Lafayette, West Lafayette, Indiana. So we kind of checked it out with ServiceMaster. I had a lot of connections from where I was working in Michigan. Did a lot of talking with the people at ServiceMaster, and just kind of took the leap, and it was great. I couldn't imagine if I wasn't involved in ServiceMaster to be able to do that type of business and to be able to take it on. Jeff was huge in the accounting side and the business side. I was more in the insurance background and knowing how to run this business. So being a team like that, it was very helpful to begin this business. And he worked in his business while we started it. So I was out carpet cleaning and helping him doing water damage and doing all that type of thing to get the business rolling. So it was a big team. I mean, we were really working together to get it rolling.
That's awesome. So you mentioned your background being running McDonald's restaurants. So I spent about 10 years running Kentucky Fried Chicken restaurants. So I can definitely appreciate the evenings and weekends, and somebody calls in sick and you're pulling a double shift, right? And the buck stops with you, right? You're the one that has to clean up all the whatever gets left behind, right? If somebody can't come in it's a very stressful way to live, but a lot of great training and a lot of great life experiences. Yeah, definitely prepared you to be able to run your own business. Absolutely. So let's spend some time. Tell us a little bit more about your company and specifically what you guys do, how you help people. Well, that's one of the things that we love about our business, is that we help people. We are a disaster restoration company. So if someone has a water damage or a fire or a storm, mold, that type of thing, we come in, and from start to finish, we can help anyone. We don't wish a disaster on anyone, but we want them to know that we are here to help them, to guide them, to be a resource, to do anything to help them. We've been through it. I had a house fire, and I've had a soot damage, and it is very stressful, and we know that, but we want to be there to be a resource for anybody. And we also do carpet cleaning. We are kind of a jack of all trades. We do carpet cleaning, we do duct cleaning, we do mold mitigation. Like I said, we just do all kinds of things. And our biggest thing is we want to be a resource. We want to be there. So if anybody has any questions, give us a call. We want to be there to help. And we love helping people. And that's our biggest core value, is to help people. And it's help people develop with our employees also. That's one of our biggest core values. So that's what we love. Fantastic. So if somebody has a need, what's the best way for them to reach you? Is to call us. We have an 800 number. It's 888-364-1188. And that's a great way we're on social media also, ServiceMaster Advantage. It's just, I just can't express how we just want to be a resource. Awesome. So Lisa, share a story with us where someone pushed you or inspired you that you could do it, maybe even when you didn't think that you could, and the impact that they had on you. Well, my husband has been the biggest resource. And that's, I think, why we connected, is on LinkedIn. You saw that I was, congratulating him. This weekend is our 20th anniversary in business. Congratulations. Yes, thank you. And without him, and it's amazing to me, we've been married 20 years, we've had this business, we're together 24/7. And yes, we've had our moments, but without him, I couldn't do this. He's just been there. He's a rock. He's just lifts me up, knows when I need to be pushed, knows when he needs to step away, and he just knows. And it's wonderful to have him by my side to be able to push me through this. That's awesome. Couldn't do it without him. Yeah. So I often find with my clients who are also married that the phrase of opposites attract generally tends to be true. And that can both drive us crazy as
Yes.
well as, make a very strong business relationship. Would that be true with you guys as well?
Absolutely. Absolutely. He's a very detailed person, which is like the accounting side and that type of thing, which is wonderful, but very frustrating. I'm the big picture, the social type, and also frustrates him. And also he appreciates very much. So we do complement each other very much.
Yes.
And it helps each other tremendously. So yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
I often joke with people when I do their disc profile and they see that they're opposite. I'm like, well, actually, by coming together, you're just one complete person, right? Because you help the other person see what they can't see for themselves. Right?
Yeah, and we use that disc profile a lot. We use that a lot. We love it. So yes, yes.
So Lisa, what's your biggest learning as a business owner over the years?
Oh my goodness, there are so many. And I think with the COVID situation, how do you get through that? Where do you talk to? What are the resources? We're very fortunate with ServiceMaster because we are a franchise to be able to have the resources to reach out to our corporate and to have those abilities to get information, to get resources. And that's amazing. When we get huge floods or different things like that, who do you turn to? Where do you get answers? And we're very fortunate to have that ability. When we first started, Kokomo flooded and we were like, oh my goodness, we only have 4 people. We can't take care of this. We called ServiceMaster and they had 19 different companies from all over coming in and helping us, which was humongous. So, we were getting like 200 calls. So we had this huge resource. What an amazing, thing to be able to have that, not many companies do. So we had that resource and it was very helpful. So I feel very fortunate to have that resource.
Yeah. So. Isn't it nice so Action Coach is a franchise as well. So isn't it nice to be able to reach out to people who have been there, right? Been there, done that, have the learning and can pass that along to us, right? And talk us through, right? That no, there is another side of this, right? You will get through it.
Yeah, and my husband is also in BNI Business Networking Incorporated.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of resources. We've got a lot of great friends and business partners that we, talk to. Had some great friends that we've met throughout that many years in that networking company, and always asking them and learning from them. So just different resources that where do you turn to? And that's been a wonderful resource too.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm in BNI as well, so we'll have to set up a one-to-one. So Lisa, we know that business success doesn't happen in isolation. So tell us about what one of your biggest challenges during the years and how a fellow business owner came alongside you to help you through it.
There's just many challenges, and I think the biggest one has been, and then lately, it's employees. What do you do? Where are you going to get them? We just keep asking around, and Jeff has done a lot in BNI. What are others doing? We've also used social media. What are other service masters doing? That has been so helpful. Again, BNI, what are the other businesses what are they doing? How are they incorporating social media or help wanted ads or, incentives? What are they doing? So that has been big for us lately. So using all those different resources to figure out how we're going to find employees.
Yeah.
We're also very fortunate that we have many children that have helped us out in the business.
Yes.
If it wasn't for our lovely children, they've helped us out. We still have a few in the business. And another great thing is the business that I started in with my dad in Michigan. He has since retired, and Jeff and I purchased, well, along with my brother, the business in Michigan.
Oh, congrats.
So it's come full cycle, and my brother is running it in Michigan, but we are alongside him. And he's doing a great job, and it's wonderful. It's such a family tradition. So, and you see a lot of that in ServiceMaster. And that's just wonderful. So.
Yeah, congratulations on the expansion. That's exciting. Yeah.
So
So you talked about finding employees. It's a really tough market right now, and
oh my gosh,
right, with everything that's been going on, and the good thing about what I'm hearing about some of the values and your philosophies is, one of the things we coach our clients on is, make sure that you've got a really, strong culture, right? And your vision is solid, because if you find people that can align to your culture and your values and your beliefs, right, we can always teach skills,
right?
But we can't unteach a bad cultural fit, right?
Right.
So,
Absolutely.
so people do want to work. They want to work for something that they can, a place that they can believe in and they feel connected to, right? As opposed to, just a paycheck. So.
Yes, totally agree. Yes. And that's wonderful.
So Lisa, if I asked you to pick 3 people in your business owner journey that you're most grateful for being there for you, as part of, contributing to your business growth, who are those 3 people, and how'd they help you?
Well, I guess I should start out with my dad. He has always been an entrepreneur, and I have grown up watching him, and have appreciated his hard work, and just seeing his ups and downs and how he's learned through his growth as a business owner. Just as a firstborn, I've always had that drive, and he was a firstborn also, and so I guess seeing him develop has helped me and pushed me to I've always wanted to be a business owner, so that has guided me, and he's been had a huge impact on my development and that type of thing.
Awesome. And what's your dad's name?
My dad's name is Jim Nostrand, and he started the ServiceMaster, and it's just, it just being in that development and in that environment just really helped me to start this and encourage Jeff to get involved. And the other one would be Jeff. He's just really supported me and pushed me to know that I can do this. Mm-hmm. And when I don't believe in myself, that I can do it. And he's also been supportive because we have some grandchildren, and I've gotten to have some time off to spend some time with them. So I'll work from home and get to have some time off with the grandchildren. And that's been wonderful. Really appreciate that. And that's, I think, such a wonderful benefit to being a business owner, to get that time away and to be able to do that kind of stuff, and to also work at night or different things. That's the good and the bad.
Yeah.
I appreciate that very much. The third, our kids. All of them have been wonderful and supportive, loving. They may have had to give up a few things, but they have just been great, all of them, throughout our journey. And I so appreciate that and all of what they've done for us. So I want to give them that big shout out. So, yeah.
Fantastic. So as we think about the future, Lisa, and over the next 3 to 5 years, what do you see as the biggest challenges that you're going to face in getting to your goals, and who are the types of people that you're going to need to help you solve those challenges?
The biggest one and the hugest impact we've had has been the employees, and who's going to help us out there in the let's get the job done. Right. We are out there marketing, we're out there telling people what we can do, how can we get that work done, and I'm really looking to the people around us to help us get more employees. The employees we have, maybe they can help us. Do they have friends? Do they have relatives? In the beginning, we had a lot of employees that had family members working here. And we always thought, that was that's wonderful. That's a testament to our business. And, with the ebb and flow of business, we've lost a lot of people. So
Sure.
that happens, but we really appreciate the people, our employees bringing in other employees. So,
yeah.
But I really think that's going to be the biggest impact on our business is the employee side, to everything. And then we're also transitioning to retirement. So that's getting in the thought process. What are we going to do? Are we going to sell? Are we, what do we want to do? So that's in the back of our minds, but we really like what we're doing, but we're getting there. So
yes. Yes. Well, the good news is that you're starting to think about it right there, so that you can put some plans in place. And the ideal thing, right, that we tell our clients is if you can build a business that can run without you, now you've got more flexibility in terms of what's next, right? Do we sell it? Do we pass it on to the next generation? Or if it's running without us, right, we can just continue to sit on the board and reap the benefits of this business. So
yeah, it's wonderful to have those choices.
Yes, absolutely. So Jim Rohn's one of my favorite authors, and I just love his quote that we become the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. So as you think about that, is that something that's exciting, something that makes you nervous, or what's your reflection on that from a business standpoint?
It's very exciting. We have, through BNI, again, plugs to them, wonderful group. We've met some really good friends and been doing some traveling and vacations with a few, spending some time strategizing, talking about business, wonderful ideas, pros and cons, talking about things, but also doing some ladies' nights. And that's been really helpful to see another wonderful woman's take on business. Her and her husband are in the same situation as Jeff and I. They're married, they started their business, and it's been very exciting to see another woman's point of view. And it's exciting to see where this road's going to take us and what we have out there. So yeah, it's been wonderful.
So cool. I just love the power of BNI and or any networking group where you can meet other business owners and share stories and encourage and motivate one another. And it's just a very powerful network.
It is. It's wonderful. And you make new friends, lifelong friends. Yeah.
So Lisa, just last question here. If something catastrophic was to happen in your business today, who's the first person you'd call, and what would that conversation look like?
Of course, my first call is going to be to Jeff. That would be scary. When I saw that question, that was like, oh my goodness. But yes, I would call him or my brother. I knew I have 2 resources that I can count on. And that's a wonderful, wonderful, relaxing thing to have. I know that I have someone that I can call, and that's going to be there to help me through anything, to deal with any catastrophe or any situation. So I feel very comfortable in that situation, to be able to have 2 guys that I have on my side to help me through anything. So very good.
So awesome. Yes. Because not everybody has that. I hear a lot of folks that I meet with that that they say it's very lonely at the top, right? They don't really have that somebody that they can talk to, and that's just not a fun place to be. So congratulations on being able to have 2 people.
Yes, absolutely. I feel very fortunate. So
Lisa, you've clearly been blessed with some incredible people who have helped you on your journey. If they were all here on the show with us today, what would you want to say to them?
I would really just like to say thank you, and I appreciate all of their support and guidance, and I couldn't do it without them.
Awesome. So Lisa, it's been such a pleasure speaking with you today and learning about you and your business and the amazing people that you have around you that have helped you in being successful. So thanks again for being on the show today.
Well, thank you very much. This is wonderful.
For everyone who tuned in, thanks for listening to the Self-Made is a Myth show with your host, Coach Tim Campsell. Be sure to help us spread the movement by liking the show and sharing it on your social media. And to join us, go to bemadtogether.com. All right, folks, that's a wrap. Make sure to pay it forward, and we'll see you all next time. Take care.